Hi, LoyAl Paasa, hindi nagpapaasa. Habang may buhay, may pag-asa.
A blessed day of God to everyone, and thank you very much for the opportunity you have given me to share the message of the gospel. Today, Sunday, October 3, 2021, is also called the World Communication Sunday and Respect for Life Sunday as well. A back-to-back reminder to reflect the way I communicate with my immediate loved ones and within my household, and how in the community where I belong. Brothers and sisters, I'm Sonia in Velasco, residing here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, a mother to my daughter, Maria Yu, and a loving wife to Arnold Velasco, who hails from Isabela, Philippines. So the good news of this Sunday is from the Gospel of St. Mark, chapter 10, verses 2 to 16. Listening by heart, I remember Jesus said, "It was because you were so hard-hearted that he wrote this commandment for you. But from the beginning of creation, he made them male and female. And this is why man leaves his father and a mother, and the two became one flesh. They are no longer two, therefore, but one flesh. So then, what God has united, human being must not divide." I paused for a while and I asked myself, what is this message sounds to me or brings me? When I look back and reflect, it really sounds like the sacrament of matrimony being reviewed. We all know that the sacrament is the presence of God lingerings and bands man and woman in these specific sacraments of God. The message clearly tells me and communicated to me is this one, that the love of God is unconditional, it's creative, it's forgiving, merciful, and sacrificial. I heard this from Reverend Father John Bertheo from a podcast from a daily TV Mass. So these characteristics that I have mentioned, especially the unconditional love, seems to be familiar to my ears, but when given such careful attentions, bring me also total meaning to what, why, and how I should live. Isn't it a powerful gospel of truth? A short and direct message of power of God unto salvation. That's what John Piper, a Baptist pastor, puts it. A powerful gospel of truth. It's God's love, as I summarize them. Indeed, so familiar, but not simple. Characteristics such as sacrifice in the name of love requires me to hold on to my faith in order for me to comprehend the differences, shortcomings, and all the iniquities of my own marriage life and the life in the community like St. Patrick's Church where I serve and my family, because I do serve there as a coordinator of catechism. I have also the community of school where I work and the church organizations where I belong. I really need lots of faith in dealing with them, right? So the gospel today allows me to revisit the phrase, love one another as I have loved you. I need to show it. I need to communicate it. The world needs it now, especially during this time of pandemic. I remember when I was still in the formation of the Congregation of the Good Shepherd, serving as a junior nun for almost 6 years. Our mother founder, St. Mary Euphrasia, said, and I quote, "Love, yes, love your calling. Love your calling. For this holy and generous love will impart strength to you so as to enable you to surmount all obstacles. Let me share that in my PowerPoint presentation. Just give me a second in order for me to really say it well. Okay. So during the conversation with the Pharisee, it says there that they wanted to test Jesus. But Jesus just told them one direct answer, and that is to love. It's so much timing because it is also a respect for life. So going back to the message of love, whether it's a call for a religious life, a married life, and even a single blessedness, we need to fuel our hearts so that it can exude and ooze with the flame of God's love. I am so privileged. I experienced the first call to be a religious nun, a special call that shepherded me to find the path leading me to my personal journey of fulfillment in my quest to follow God's will. For me, that leads me also, it's a bonus, to meet my husband. And we create a family considered as lay partners now serving our church, our small community. Transition didn't come easy. There's pain and challenges, especially the stigma of being a nun and then marrying. But nevertheless, the overwhelming joy oozing from the thought that the Good Shepherd never left me. He's in front, beside, and behind me. Jesus is within me wherever I go and my family. When I pause for a prayer during adoration every first Friday, I go and I can hear this song. And I think you can bear with me. The song goes like this. I want you to sing also with me. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs is love, love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. And we remember it's for everyone. Why? Not just for some, but for everyone. Because I remember our mother founder, St. Mary Euphrasia, said, a person is of more value than a whole world. Again, let me repeat that. A person is of more value than the whole world. Even Pope Francis said, and it's good to listen because it's the theme for this year in the World Communication Sunday, that the moral compass, he said, and I quote, when a civilization loses its orientation, the compass goes crazy and it starts to spin. It points in all directions. Anything goes. But this crazy compass, we find two key signs. Two signs of a profound existential disorientation. In a civilization that relativizes life, it's always, and it is always constant, that the children and the elderly became objects of experimentation. The world needs us to communicate God's love. So there will be respect for life, which we remember also today. My dear brothers and sisters, on that note, I would like to thank you. Have a blessed Sunday and keep loving. Goodbye.